Happy Wednesday, social media family. How you doing? Hey, I am coming to you live today, not far from bed. I'm sitting up in bed, which took an extraordinarily large amount of effort to pull off. I'm not feeling well today, and the past few days have been a bit of a struggle, but I'm not going to call in sick for you guys. I'm always going to come through on Wednesday. I'm committed to you guys, and I'm committed to the mission. So forgive my hat, and I'm in my pajamas. But I want to do something a little bit different today. Last week we talked about emotional intelligence. This week we're going to talk about conscious empathy. I have a quick little exercise that will help us. So if you can take out a blank sheet of paper and something to write with, I'm willing to be paused if you need to go get it. You can just pause me and then come back when you've got a sheet of paper and something to write with. So on that sheet of paper, you're going to draw a horizontal line through the center of the page. After you do that, you're going to write a vertical line down the center of the page. Okay, so that should leave you with 4 distinct squares on the sheet of paper. So in the top left hand square, I want you to write the letter F. And F is for feelings. And then in the box just next to it, I want you to write the letter N. And N is for needs. Now, if you're comfortable with it, just go ahead and close your eyes and think back to a time when somebody hurt you. Think back to a painful, doesn't have to be painful, just think back to a situation that upset you, a situation that made you feel bad. Okay, and try to remember all the details around that situation. So in the box with the letter F, I want you to write down all of the feelings that you felt either since then or as a result of, or just at the time. What feelings were you feeling? Were you scared? Were you pissed off? Were you sad? You know, maybe somebody called you a name or they said something hurtful, which happens a lot of times. So just write down all the feelings that you felt at that time. And you can add to this, and, later on, you can add additional feelings if you remember something that comes up or something like that. Then over in the box next to it, I want you to write down all of the needs that you had during that time, during that situation. What needs did you have that weren't met? And what did you really need that day instead of what you got? And go ahead and fill that in. Feel free to pause me at any point if you to write in a little more detail to those. Then, after you're done with that, I want you to move down to the lower half of the page. And in the left-hand lower column or box, I want you to again write the letter F. And in the box next to it, again, write the letter N. And it's still for feelings and for needs. But on the lower half, we're going to do something a little bit different. You're going to list the feelings that you think the other person, the perpetrator, the person that hurt you, you're going to write down the feelings that you think they were feeling at the time. Were they angry? Were they fearful? Were they jealous? What feelings do you think they were feeling? And as humans, we sometimes say things that we don't mean. Even though we think we mean it, we don't. And we can harm other people. We live in a society where words are weapons. Social media is about words, and words are now used as weapons. So it's important that we master this concept. So all of the feelings that the other person was feeling. And then in the last box, you're going to write down all the needs that you think that person had at the time that weren't being fulfilled or met. What needs? This is probably one, if you're doing this right, this is an incredibly complex exercise regarding empathy, because you have to put yourself in the shoes of the person that hurt you. But in addition to the feelings that they were feeling, what needs do you think they truly had that were underlying some of the things that they said or the way that they acted, or something that they did? When we know the human condition, when we know more about empathy and about the way people function and what makes them tick, what needs they have or don't have, you can do things like make more money in the marketplace. You can capitalize better on opportunities. You can gain value in the industry that you're in. Like, there's a lot of monetary advantages to knowing this stuff. So I'm proud of you. After you do this, you definitely need to take like a 5-minute break, go for a walk, or or just decompress a little bit, because what you've done is put yourself in the shoes of somebody that hurt you. That is forgiveness at its finest. That, I shouldn't say forgiveness. That was a poor word to use. Acceptance. When we learn acceptance, and when we think about hurtful situations with a little deeper perspective, we get to know the human condition. And when we get to know the human condition, we're unstoppable, because most people don't. Most people never learn this stuff. But every bully deep down is just a scared little person. People that say cruel things and act in cruel ways are super insecure and scared people. So I hope that this exercise was helpful for you. This is conscious empathy at its finest. And I'm going to go lay my head back down and see if I can get some rest. But I showed up for you today. I believe in you. And I have a special shout out to Dr. Tyler Hanks, Happy Tooth, Mill Creek, Utah. I believe in you. Go be great. Until next week, everyone. See ya.